Hey, this is Jeff Bentley, Averett Sports Information, here with head coach Tommy Owen with the wrestling team. After first week of competition with the SVU duel in the tournament, Tommy, you just want to recap the week and talk about some of the highlights and the first week of competition.
Yeah, I think overall it was a good week of competition. We started out Wednesday night with the duel against Southern Virginia, a team that we had lost to last year in a close duel, and we were able to flip the script, and I believe it was 37-18 if I remember right, and had some good performances, had some freshmen in the lineup, had some new guys, had some returners, and I think we started out the duel with a major and then 3 pins, something similar to that. We bumped a 125-pounder up, and he got a big win for us, and then we rolled into had a pin at 41-49, and then also at 65, and so that was real big. And then we had our freshman DeMonte Wimbush at 184. Step up, and he's first ever college match and kind of looked like it, and we got some work to do there. But watching those guys, them backtracking, Jared Lowe getting a pin at 165, his first college match, that's huge for them. And those 2 freshmen, we have a good group of freshmen. We have a lot of freshmen, but those are the 2 that are leading the charge for us. Talented. Both of them have a lot of ability, and to go out there and see them get their first college win at home, first duel of the year, was awesome. Then our returners, returners setting the tone, returners knowing what's going on, and that's the biggest thing for me. In that first duel is to see the difference of last year. Even late in the year, when we had a couple home duels late in the year, you're still working with all freshmen. They're still figuring it out, and this year I just thought we were more calm, more ready to go. More people understanding what we were doing, even from the setup. Guys are there, the guys are setting up, guys are getting their clothes on to work out, and then, it makes it so much easier as a coach to know what you're doing. Then we had some guys that have some work to do in the duel. At heavyweight, we got to get a little bit better there. We sent a freshman out, Hagen Smith, who was promising, but, you got to learn to control your emotions. You got to learn the college atmosphere, and, work to do there, and we've been really beat up at a couple weights, 174 and 197. We weren't even sure if we were going to have anybody eligible to wrestle. We bump a 157-pounder up to 174 against arguably their best kid, one of their best kids at least, and then 197 have a kid that had practiced once or twice in the previous couple weeks, go out there and say, "Coach, I'm ready." And that's pleasing. Guys are stepping up. Guys are doing what they have to do. So overall, it was a great team win. We'd like to see some improvement. You always hold your head high with the W. It's always nice to get the season started out right, but at the same time, we see what we need to work on and see what we need to get better. And then we went right into the weekend, so it was a quick turnaround on Saturday, and Saturday was exciting, a little nerve-wracking for everybody, you yourself included. We decided to host the tournament, run a tournament, not knowing what we were doing. I know. Between me and you and then assistant coach Ibrahim, a couple of days before, weren't sure what we were going to do, how we were going to do it, and it ended up going really smooth. When you host a tournament, for me, I didn't really get to watch the guys wrestle as much as I wanted. Mostly sitting, watching people do work behind the counters, and for us to host a tournament, first ever, second year program hosting a tournament, 148 wrestlers at the end of the day, multiple teams. A lot of people coming in the door, and just to host that event to show Danville that, hey, Averett has wrestling, Averett's doing things, Averett's hosting tournaments. A lot of compliments from away teams. Always things we need to improve on the tournament. But in terms of operational, I'm happy to get through that part. A lot of things you'll learn, a lot of things you'll do different. Managing the team different going in. We put a lot of focus into running the tournament, and our other assistant, Blake Rulo, spent a lot of time with the guys, coaching them on Saturday. But in terms of operational, couldn't be more pleased with how it turned out. We had one hiccup at the beginning, with the clock, got it figured out, ran the tournament, and it went smooth. In terms of the wrestling, like I said, I didn't get to spend as much time coaching as I'd like, but I believe we had 8 placers. Outside of the places where I saw the most gain as well, this year we have guys winning matches. And last year, with all of our freshmen, we had guys that were trying to figure out, the sport of wrestling at the college level. And this year we have guys going in there, winning 2 or 3 matches, a match away from placing and getting close. And, that's what's exciting to me. And then to put 3 in the finals, chance for another one. We didn't wrestle anybody at 174 or 184 as well. Then those guys will be back in the lineup this weekend. But, just having 8 guys, 8 scores, and score the amount of points that we did with Sam Braswell winning the tournament with an exciting match at the end. Brandon Woody, taking third in a really tough weight class, losing to a tough kid in the semifinals in a good match. Nice to see we're a Division I kid, a redshirt from North Carolina State that's real tough, and just kind of gauge where we're at against those kids is really good. Josh Linkus had a really dominant tournament. We got beat up in the finals a little bit. Tough kid from Ferrum, but those are the kids. That kid's ranked in the country, I believe, and those are the kids we're going to, honorable mention right in there, but he's a real tough kid who qualified for the national tournament 2 years ago. Great to see where we're at. We got it handed to us, and we got to go to the film and see what we can work on and close the gap every week. Jared Lowe goes from winning his first college match to his first college tournament, scoring pins along the way. All of our guys are getting bonus points, and our guys winning tournament, they're pushing the pace, they're getting falls, they're getting tech falls, we're getting majors, and that's the signs of how hard they're working, and so that's exciting to see. And then, like I said, just multiple guys winning matches. I think at 125 we took first, fourth, and sixth, and that's improvement. I think it's probably the first time we've had. I know it's the first time we've had 3 guys place at one weight at any tournament. So love to see that. Love to see the progression there, and going back through a tournament, you can see all the things you need to work on, all the things you need to improve. You can even take our guys that won the tournament. We have to fix things. Sam was winning in dominant fashion, gets thrown at the end of the match. Now we're losing, and that's a kid that looked like, if you watch the film, it looks like we're handedly better than him, but we're keeping ourselves in close matches. Okay, now how can we go from winning the tournament to being the outstanding wrestler? And that's what we want to do. And with Jared Lowe, figuring out college, starting to win matches, but then we got into some tougher competition at the end. Maybe holding on a little bit, maybe a little nervous, just trying to get the W, and we got to get him the confidence to go out there and. In my opinion, he should have been able to major or better everybody he wrestled. And, going into this weekend, it's going to be a little different for him. So that's all exciting to see. And, it was a crazy week, busy week, but overall for our program, a very successful week. And, I'm excited moving forward.
Absolutely, Tommy. And then just kind of preview the weekend. You got Lycoming Wilkes and Messiah on Saturday in some duels. And then, Star City on Sunday, which was one of your tougher matchups for tournament-wise, invitation-wise last year. So preview the weekend and how this competition this weekend will help your guys as you move along in the season. Yeah,
this weekend's gonna be tough. I mean, we're gonna have to pack our lunch pails on Saturday for sure. All 3 of those teams are successful. Lycoming gave it to us last year at the Washington and Lee tournament. We think we're bringing a different team, but they're bringing a different team. Wilkes and Messiah, I believe Messiah won our region last year, is bringing a tough team. Wilkes, they're just all good. Multiple ranked guys. Saturday's going to be tough. We're really going to see where we're at. And it's not easy to go wrestle 3 duels and that tough at duels. We're going to take some extras on Saturday, and we're going to miss and match the lineup a little bit. I would say overall, usually, I'm real big on getting the guys ready for duels, but this time of the year, we're just trying to get our guys ready to compete. We're trying to, see where we're at. And so I'm not sure if I'm going to wrestle everybody, every single match on Saturday, but we're going to try to put our best lineup out there and give ourselves a chance to win. I think if we go out there and compete hard at all 10 weights, we're going to put ourselves in good situations. And I want to say last year against Lycoming, we only won a couple matches in the duel. And we have to turn that around. And that's where you're going to test yourself. That's where we're going to see how much improvement. And then Sunday's going to be a loaded tournament, multiple national ranked guys at multiple weights. And, so Saturday's going to be tough, and Sunday's going to be even tougher. Because we're going in, and we're not the only team, but we're going in with 3 dual meets and then have to wrestle. We have guys that have a chance to wrestle 7 or 8 matches in one weekend, and that's a lot. There's also teams coming just for Sunday. So there's going to be fresh wrestlers on Sunday. And there's a point of the tournament that, doing these 2 tournaments back-to-back this early in the year is you got to test yourself. The national tournament's a 2-day tournament. We're going to go to a really tough tournament in York, Pennsylvania in a couple weeks. That's a tough tournament. And so we have to be ready, and we have to be ready to test ourselves. And, it's going to take a lot of mental toughness. But I'm excited for this weekend. I'm excited to see our guys wrestle really tough competition. And not that we haven't already. Our tournament was tough, but this tournament's just another notch up in terms of, the amount of nationally ranked wrestlers that are going to be there. And so we'll see where we're at and get through this weekend and see what we need to do after that.
All right, thanks, Tommy, for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.